Hi, my name is Darian Garcias, and today I'm going to be telling you guys a little bit about the sport of soccer. It dates back as far as 3,000 years ago in areas of Asia. Back then, they played without any types of shoes, and the ball was really, really hard. And other than that, those are the only two things that have changed from then to now. Soccer is considered the most popular sport in the world. It is professionally played in more countries than any other sport. Fans are really crazy in soccer. They tend to get a little bit out of hand. Sometimes after games it has been known that they kill each other simply because their team has lost. It is not unlikely for riots to happen, and fans usually take the game sometimes even more seriously than the players. I myself have been playing soccer since I was 5 years old. I've played both Little League, high school, and all the way up to college. What I'm wearing would give you guys an example of what a regular soccer player would look like. Just some shorts. I don't have on long socks, but long socks, shin guards, and this jersey is an example of what a professional team would wear. This is specifically from Mexico. England was the first country to have an organized type of soccer league. They called it the FA Cup, and it was founded in 1871. The first international match between two countries was England and Scotland, which was in 1872. The Fédération Internationale of Football Association, or more commonly known as FIFA, was founded in 1912, in which 21 teams or nations were joined. Today there are a total of 204 teams, which is a big improvement. FIFA hosts the World Cup every 4 years, in usually a different country. There are 32 teams that can qualify from different regions of the world, and from those 32 teams, 2 teams from each group, a total of 8 groups and 4 teams per group, advance all the way up to the final, and the winner is considered the best team in the world, and it brings great pride to the country. The last World Cup in 2010 was won by Spain, and Brazil holds the most World Cup wins with a total of 5. The rules are relatively simple in soccer. There are 11 players total on each side, which include the goalies being the only players which are allowed to use their hands. There are a total of 3 substitutions allowed to be made per game, per team. The positions are relatively common, which there are defenders, midfielders, and forwards, and there's not really a amount specified for how many are allowed at each position. It is just based purely off of what you think is best for your team. Here's a visual of what cleats would look like. Back in the day, they used to allow metal cleats when I was growing up, but a lot of the times what happened was people would scrape them along the ground, and they would sharpen the edges, and it caused great injury to players who played that way. So now they have everything plastic. And this is an example of what a professional soccer ball would look like. This is a size 5, which is regulation size, although you might see smaller size balls simply because they are used for youth leagues with kids with smaller feet. Another thing is at halftime, teams switch sides just in case there's an advantage or disadvantage for the sun or the wind or whatever reason it may be. Popularity-wise, the United States has never really been as great as other countries. The reason would be because there's just more competition here with other sports. Basketball, football, hockey, and other popular sports like that seem to get more attention than soccer. Although the United States held the World Cup in 1994, soccer has received a great increase over the last 15 years. In 1996, which was 2 years after the World Cup, they opened up a league called the MLS, or Major League Soccer, and that is still around today. Although I've been using the word soccer, that is only used in the United States, and everywhere else it is simply called football. In conclusion, Phil Woodsman once said, "Soccer is simple. You kick what moves, or you kick it until it does," which I really like as a quote because it's true. You only use your feet, and it's a great quote to go off.